Hi Tina, how are you?
Fine.
You're eating. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay.
Here.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So I just checked your homework. You did the online homework that I assigned, right? I think,
I did the homework that you said like there were 15 questions.
yes. There was one that I assigned about reading and vocabulary. Yeah, I think you got it after you did it 3 times. Final score was 15.
I
That was
know.
pretty good. So maybe we'll go through that quickly. If there's anything you don't understand, you can ask me, and then after that, we'll start today's lesson. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let me share the
I was
screen.
like, what are these words? I don't understand any of them. I was just okay. She's focused.
Okay. All right, let me share.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, you can see the evaluated score, right? So let's go to
You know
maybe
everything.
let's look at the first one because the first try you got only 10. So let's see what went wrong here. Okay, so exercise one, you got everything correct except for number three.
I
So
know.
this is about picking the right word. Controversial ideas can cause people to have widely differing uh,
I don't know.
reactions process. So
I was like, what is controversial idea?
so controversial ideas mean things that people can think about differently. Some people have one opinion, some other people can have a different opinion, so that's controversial, right? So they can cause people to have widely differing reactions, I would say, right? Reaction is like, the way how you react to something. So for example, if I tell you, um, you know, artificial intelligence or AI is bad for human beings.
Many
Um,
people said that. Many people said that.
Yeah, some people would say, wow, no, AI is good, right? And some other people might think, yes, AI is pretty bad.
And it sounds like I choose both. I didn't know what to value.
Yeah. So that's exactly what reactions are. Reactions are, like your emotions and your actions when you first hear or listen to something, or when you first see something, right? Okay. Oh, you got number two. Perfect. Okay. So number three, exercise three was more about, I would say, grammar, tenses. So I think you,
Yeah.
you struggled with that a little bit, right? Okay. So So the first thing we should notice here is that this whole paragraph is basically a script or a narration. Somebody is basically speaking, right? So for example, the first sentence is "Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation." So that's somebody speaking to an audience.
What is like? What is you have that word like?
Which word? Which word? Oh, okay, yeah, italics. That means words that are slanted. So yeah, italics slanted means words that are not upright, but they are slanted to one side like this. Yeah, so italic is just a font, this is an italic font. Yeah, so this is basically just, is asking you that when you scan through this paragraph, right? There are some italicized words, and then these are the ones that you should be focusing on,
Like
right?
italics, like the one that's been like marked to make it like
Yeah,
much more.
marks to make it, like look like it's slanting, it's pointing to an angle like this. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, it's like not really stable, like falling to one side.
Yeah. So basically, like, when you're writing on a piece of paper, if you turn the paper a little bit, then you would be writing in italics. Yeah,
Just mean that you
exactly.
keep the words on. Just mean that you keep the words on the paper, or they'll be falling in a different direction.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yep. So number 10, that's sort of like an example what we're doing. Okay. So today we are going to show, but because, this is somebody speaking, so they're using a lot of abbreviations. They're not saying we are going to show, but they say we're going to show. So
It's a
this is like, yeah, it's
short.
shorter. Yeah.
Don't you say that? Hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. Today we are going to show you our ad, which is a Facebook ad. We have
Mhm.
outlined it.
Yeah, so the reason that in this number 11, you picked with outline, but actually it will be we will outline. It should be we will outline, right?
Yeah.
Because when you read the whole sentence, the first part it says, we'll outline the reason why we chose it, and then so the key thing here is that you have the word then. So that means there will be something after that, right? So it means that this person is trying to say that they are going to do something. So it makes more sense to use the future tense, right? They're basically, introducing the kind of activities they will be doing. So they should be speaking in a future tense. So yeah, so that's one thing. And then next sentence. So firstly, they're still in the present, right? So we want to make an app that could help us travel around. Yeah. As students, we often travel, so it would be really useful. And then number 13, we're still speaking in the present tense. So, if you pick we had thought, that would be, talking in the past tense, right? But now it's still in the present tense. So we are thinking that there weren't many apps on the market for this, but we're surprised to find out that quite a few existed. So this number 14, um, you pick we had tried. Actually, it should be we have tried, right? So it means they already tried something from very recently up to this point. So you can say, things like, I have tried reading some books, I have seen some movies, I've listened to some music. It means, very recent activities, not things that are far past. So we have tried to make ours different, though, so we designed it like a cartoon. Okay, so students love gaming and cartoons. You got this one correct. So we thought this would appeal to them. Okay. So I would say, yeah.
Feeling tempting.
So when in the future, if you have, some sort of exercise where you're basically narrating some person's words, right? They're giving you a presentation. Then most of the time they would be using either the present tense or the future tense. But sometimes they will use the present perfect tense as well.
Today we're doing reading.
Yeah, today we're doing reading. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right. So I think we'll start today's lesson.
Yeah.
Let me open up the slides. Okay, share. All right, start today's reading skill. Share. Okay. All right. So today we will see, we'll try to learn some basic reading skills, basically taking note and completing tables. Okay. But we'll start with some, yeah, so by the end of this lesson, we should be able to scan a very long essay or article, and then we will try to understand or skip certain words that we don't understand. So instead of looking up everything, we should be able to guess what they mean if we don't know the words already. Right. So that's very important. And then we'll use that skill to see how we can, complete the tables and answer the questions. So, yep. And then if we have time at the end, we will review some of the tenses that we saw last time. Okay. So that's it. So we will start with a kind of a fun activity. Um, so,
Icebreaker.
yep, icebreaker. We have a table, 12 numbers. So here, each of us can choose a box, okay? And then we'll answer the question behind the box. And then later on, we'll try to complete these questions. Well, so maybe I will go first, okay? I will pick number 3. So, what does your average weekend look like? All right, so for me, my weekend is pretty free. I usually wake up around 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning. And on Saturday and Sunday, I usually take my daughter out for some fun activities. Sometimes we go to the park. Other times we can go to a cafe or a bookstore. And that usually lasts for the whole morning. In the afternoon, I usually take a nap, a very short nap. After that, I move on to some reading. I like, you know, I like to read a lot of books. Usually they are storybooks or biographical books about some famous people. In the evening, I usually relax in front of the TV. Sometimes I play my guitar a little bit. And I try to go to bed around 9 p.m. every day, including the weekends. That's it. So now it's your turn. You can pick another number.
I want to pick 11.
11? Okay. Do you believe that people can change? So this is a little hard to understand, but we'll
I
discuss.
know.
Yeah.
But it's like too big. It's like, what changes? Hmm.
You can think about it for 15 seconds.
Mm, yeah.
Okay.
So my answer is like yes and no. It usually depends on the situation. Like for example, people can change like through experience, like helping, like having experience, like meeting an accident or making a big mistake or doing something bad, lying or something like that.
Yeah.
It usually makes them feel bad when they do those things, or
Hmm.
feel good because like they have good lessons and bad lessons behind them. But some people are really hard to change, even though it can change, but the percentage is like very low.
Yeah.
For example, my dad. So my mom said that she wants to change his mind. Like she says that he does
Hmm.
not really have a goal, but he does not really have a
Hmm.
goal. So she wants to change that to help to so that she wants his goal to be like going abroad, like bringing our family going abroad with each other, our whole
Oh,
family.
okay.
But he was really like he was really always forgetting that goal, and like, my mom was really
Oh,
giving up
yeah.
because it was
I
hard to
see.
change.
Yeah, so I would say, it depends on the activities or the habits we're talking about, right? Yeah, like you said, if some people experience some very dramatic events, or if they meet certain people, they might change based on that experience. So for example, when I first started my university, I really really hated working in groups with other people. I would always prefer solving problems and doing projects on my own.
Yeah, I
um,
like doing that more. I don't really like doing my groups because they're
Yeah,
like
but eventually, I observe people, and then I notice that, some people work very well together. And because of that, they can finish a project much faster than a single person can,
I
right?
know, but sometimes I really hate working in groups because it takes so long and everything is like nobody follows nobody's ideas and they're always fighting with each other. I was like, I hate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's the disadvantage of being in a group, right? But you have to put
We
up with
try to
that.
be
There's a
positive.
trade-off between efficiency and then teamwork, right?
Only in
But eventually I learned how to work in groups, and now I would say, I'm pretty happy, talking, working, and thinking with other people. So that's one thing I managed to change about myself. But then there are other things I cannot change. For example, um, I really, really hate sports. I don't like sports. I would, prefer listening to music, playing some instruments rather than going out and exercising. I really tried hard, but that's something I cannot change. Yeah, so it really depends on what if it's some very deep habit that you have, very strong habit, or it's something related to your skills.
yeah. I don't I like playing outside sports. I like soccer. I like playing soccer, but the only thing that I really, really hate about sports is that whenever I play in the gym or play outside, I was always sweating and I was like a wet rat when I came home.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So
very
I wish
hot,
there was an air conditioner in the gym or something like that, or something. Ugh. It was so
hmm.
hot. It's
Okay,
sweating like crazy.
yeah,
Like you
let's maybe try another question. I want to maybe do one more and then we move on. Okay. Why don't you pick another number?
number two.
All right. What is your best childhood memory? It should
I
be easy. You should be able to
I was
answer right
thinking.
away.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was thinking like, what do I like? Oh, I also remember like celebrating my birthday when I was in the second grade, so I just chose number two, and it was the question.
Yeah. Um, so that what was that? Celebrating a birthday in second grade?
So actually, it was my first time celebrating birthday with my friends, and from that they don't. I really don't really celebrate anymore, so it's really memorable for me. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that I was just studying class, and then my mom called my teacher, and then like a few minutes later, my teacher told me to go down to the
Yeah.
security house to get a birthday cake. I was like, oh, I know it's my birthday cake, yay! And then
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, I was like, I'll bring a heavy cake upstairs, and then I almost fall.
Sounds very happy. Yeah.
I
Um,
was smiling on the way, so just
mhm.
came there. It was a big birthday cake that I never even imagined I could get that. My friends
Oh,
gave me,
wow. So that was kind of like a surprise.
yeah, I don't know. My mom doesn't even tell me that she's gonna celebrate it.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
so we, So we sing, so they sing a happy birthday song for me, and after that, I got to choose my favorite piece to eat. So I just usually like eating the outer layer, the cream, mostly,
Cool.
not all the time. I don't
All
like
right.
eating nowadays because like it's too sweet. And
Mm-hmm.
then they give me presents, give me presents, and then she let us play the duck game. You know the game that's what we do with, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
really
good.
fun. Yeah, it was really fun for me. I did also celebrate my birthday on other years, but it wasn't really with my friends, so I really missed that day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope you're going to have many, many more birthday celebrations. Because I didn't have too many. I was birthday celebration wasn't really a thing back then when I was going, I was still in school. So yeah, let's move ahead. Okay, so this is the next question we can discuss. Um, so look at the list of multiple intelligences that people represent, basically ways that people like to learn. And we'll try to answer three questions. How would you define intelligence? How do you think intelligence can be measured? And in what areas, academic, social, practical, etc., do you think you are most and least intelligent? So on the right, you see a list of 8 categories. Okay. So yes, I don't know what that is. It's like a little animation that,
Really,
yeah, I got these slides from the center, and this little dude here was already in there. So so try to ignore it. It's trying to distract you, I think.
multiple intelligence.
Yes, so by the way, there are, I would say, some very new words here. So if you don't understand anything, let me know.
Linguistic, logical, mathematic, visual, spatial, visual, bodily kinesthetic.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, so linguistic means language. It just means whether you are good at learning your language or a foreign language or not.
Like very good at playing a spelling game, like spelling bee.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then logical, mathematical is just, if you're good with numbers
Yeah,
or,
like just
puzzles.
good at math.
Yeah. Hmm.
Then you got
Visual and yeah.
answers. You usually play the game to spot the difference, and you're very good at spotting them. Or when you look at a
Hmm.
picture, you can describe them well. You can even describe small details,
Hmm.
usually related to the eye, like the sharpness
Yeah,
of the.
spatial is basically related to space. It means, things that are related to maybe distance, which is, near or far away, and if it's big or wide, and colors and everything. So it's related to your visual senses, your eyes, basically. Musical is clear, right? If you're, a good music player, you can play certain instrument well. Bodily, kinesthetic. I never use this word. It just means, like physical activity.
Kinesthetic,
Yeah,
kinesthetic.
physical
So
activities.
very good at like sports, like running, jumping,
Yeah.
like big sports, and also good at like almost everything that related to sports. You can swim, can play soccer, basketball, can
Hmm. Yeah.
weight or very flexible. Yeah, those are the mover,
Yeah.
bodily.
Mm.
And then
And
we
then we
got
have interpersonal. What do you think
interpersonal,
that is?
like a socializer and a butterfly. Like
Yeah. Your
so
social skills. Social
social
skills. Yeah.
intrapersonal, the loner.
Yeah, intrapersonal, what does that even mean? It means, people who like to think by themselves, to think, they can think, on their own, they think independently.
Yeah, I got a friend who's a loner, and I really hate her. She's
Yeah, sometimes
always
you don't get along with,
she's always messing
certain people.
around. And she's always messing around. She does not really like participating in. any other activities than just like school jobs, like the projects that the teacher gave at school. Only then she would do the work, and then had other times when doing like many things that does really related. Like she doesn't
Okay.
need to. She
Right.
would pass them off and then look at me again.
All right. Then the last one is naturalistic. Okay. Nature lover, it means, you enjoy going out.
Or you
You
like helping nature.
Yeah, nature, environment, and so on. So we have many categories of intelligence, right? So how would you define the word intelligence in general? What is intelligence?
So intelligence is the skill or a knowledge. Intelligence is a skill or a knowledge you have at a field or a league.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and I think that there are many types of intelligence. We got 8 types of intelligence. I think these are the main. I think there are more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly. So intelligence
it's like a
is
skill.
basically to understand your ability to understand new concepts and eventually, keep your own knowledge, grow your own knowledge. Okay. So then second question, do you think intelligence can be measured?
I think it can usually be measured by usually a test.
Yeah.
But I like we got the IP test, which is the like for the questionnaire, the logical or mathematics. We got the IP test,
Yes,
and
IQ test. Hmm.
I think we got the social life. I think we
It's called
got
EQ. The social one is called EQ. It's emotional intelligence.
yeah. So we got this one is EQ. This one I think we can test that person by a spelling bee game. I think that's a pretty hard one. Which can
Yeah.
you can compete with many other good spelling like it's like word player of
Yeah.
course.
Right. Or,
Yeah,
taking IELTS test is also another linguistic
yeah,
measure.
I think you're a word player.
And then regarding number five, what kind of test would we take?
Usually the Olympic tests. I
Yeah,
know.
or like sport activities. If you're doing well on the field, competing with other people.
Yeah.
Um, interpersonal is a little harder. Usually, you can only test your social skills when you are out, socializing or talking to people.
Yeah, I think that the socializer I think will be things like trying to get the mind of a really skeptical person. I think that is a socializer, or people are very pleased when they see that person, or
Hmm.
like make friends very fast. And I think the loner is like really hate friends, like whenever they got some things to do with groups or friends or anything related to relationship. I think that person would usually not really participate. Last one,
Naturalistic, the
naturalistic.
last one. Yeah.
I think this one is like it really depends on
But
what.
there is no test for this, I would say. You cannot test, how much you cannot say how much a person loves, let's say, how much they love trees or rivers, right?
I think this one could just be like a daily test.
A
Like
day.
yeah,
Okay.
you see that what their activities do every day. Like
Sure.
I
Yeah.
I'm a nature lover because whenever I see my sister catching bugs, like she's not a nature lover. She's like nature destroyer.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. Then yeah.
Good. What good?
Okay. Yeah. So in what areas do you think you are most and least intelligent? So let's start with most.
Most.
Yeah. Just give me two.
I think two of this.
Which ones?
The eight and five.
Okay. So eight and five.
Listening and then bodily.
Okay. Yes. Oh, that's good. And then least.
Please. I'll be happy to say this one.
Which number? I cannot see you. Okay, so 2 and okay. Yeah, so math is difficult, but usually people are very you know, they're underconfident when they're talking about math. They're not confident at all.
I'm not confident when I'm talking about that.
You know, for you, I would say number one is actually your strong suit as well.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
Yeah, language should be one of your top skills. So yeah, I would say maybe language is number one for you.
Nah, I don't like it.
Okay.
I like running around and having fun playing. I think I can play basketball. I can swim. I can play. I don't think I can play volleyball. I think I can play badminton.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So maybe language and body, those are the two top ones for you.
I like nature too.
Okay. Yeah, so let's move on. This has been fun. Okay, look at the next.
I want to take this test.
This one I don't think we need to discuss. All right.
What is
We don't
it?
have we don't have to like, go through all the slides. This one we can skip for now. So, I uploaded a handout to the website.
Using neuroscience to manage your time.
Yeah, so basically it's a reading assignment. Let's see if I can pull it up. Can you try to log in to the website and download this article?
Let me see. Let me see.
Or I don't know if I can send it to you.
Let me see. Wait, let me open.
If you go to today's session,
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so
do you see the handout file?
wait.
Um,
Uh,
Phew. Okay, maybe I'll try to send it to you. It's should be simple. Uh, yeah, in lesson handout. Okay, I sent it.
wait. Let me see. I think it's in my test, right?
No, not in your test. Okay, so you go to your, let's see. You go to your classes.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, my classes.
And then I see like it says go to detail.
Go to details, yeah. So if
Lesson
you
like four.
no, today should be lesson number 3 actually, but I don't know why it's number 4. Um, lesson material. Okay, so I don't know why lesson 3 disappeared. Um,
Wait,
pro
let me open the one that you sent in chat.
yeah, just open that one. Open that PDF file.
Wait. Okay, it's loading. I see.
Okay, so that's a long handout file, but if you go to the second page, you will see the article. So can you read out loud the title of the article?
So it says reading note and table conclusion.
Wait, is it right? No, go to the second page, not the first page. Hmm.
Second page it says using neuroscience to manage your time.
Okay, yeah. So that's exactly the one that I'm seeing. Um, so you can spend maybe about I would say 10 minutes going through that page. And then if you're okay, you can move on to the next page as well. Okay, so what I want to do is not to read everything, but to have, a rough idea of what each paragraph is about. So for example, if you look at the first paragraph, so I'm sharing the screen right now, okay? So in the introduction paragraph, you see that the first sentence is, in the face of pressure, our instinct is to study or work as much as we can, as long as we can. But why do we still feel as if we not accomplished enough? Okay, so next paragraph, neuroscientist and professor something something. Okay, so don't try to read everything. Just, read maybe one or two sentences to have a sense of what each paragraph is talking about. You look at your own file, right?
Yeah, I'm having my own file.
Yeah, you should be looking at your own file because I cannot show both pages on just one screen.
Actually, you could. It's just that you don't.
Um, I can do this, maybe facing something like this,
Actually, I
but it's
think
too
that
small. You should be looking at it on your own screen.
I can see it, of course. I think that you can just open one, which is the handout, and then the other one is I can have my neuroscience on the other one.
Um, yeah, so why don't you read that, second page for about 5 or 7 minutes? Don't try to read everything, just one or two sentences each.
This is long.
Yeah.
I don't really like long. I don't really like long pages.
Okay, so maybe just the first two paragraphs.
Yeah, let me read that. Um,
Okay, so any idea what the first paragraph is about?
So, the first paragraph was
Okay.
so the review is that our instinct, which is what we do, is to study and work as
Mm-hmm.
long as we can or as long as we could.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is that at the end of the day, you feel that even as hard as you work, you feel like you haven't even accomplished, or
Yep.
that it wasn't enough, or the day wasn't what
Mm-hmm.
it was. So neuroscientist and professor at the Manhattan Neuro Leadership Institute, John Davis, saying that suggests that nowadays people rather than focusing on what is urgent, people decide what matters most and pinpoint the best time to do it.
Okay.
And he said that rather than making a to-do list and working for each item, people should decide on the main aim for the day and work out when they're most likely to achieve peak of productivity.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
this,
that's
and this will be great because it can devote the task with the highest priority and it's worth it.
okay. So which do you think is the main idea for the second paragraph? Which sentence?
So I think that the main idea,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that the main idea for this paragraph is that it's just that explaining the reason why people haven't really feel accomplished enough at the end of the day.
Okay. So I'm going to highlight the main part of the paragraph. Okay.
I was actually
People
highlighting
should decide what matters most and
yeah,
pinpoint the best time to do it.
I was highlighting that.
So yeah, it's a long paragraph, but when you're scanning through the text, this is the most important part that you should focus on.
Thinking that,
Okay.
yeah.
And then the rest of the paragraph are just,
It's just like explaining clone.
yeah, explaining, expanding on that, and giving more sort of like supporting ideas for that. And then if you keep reading on, there should be an example down below. Um, so here is the another key idea. So the main aim for the day and work out when they are most likely to achieve peak productivity. Okay. Yeah. So so that's the strategy for reading fast. You don't have to read everything, right? You only need to highlight the important parts. So let's try to apply that. So why don't we look at the third paragraph? Okay, so in this paragraph, right, it's also it's a pretty long paragraph also, but let's try to scan through it and give me the main idea in about 1 minute.
Yeah, I think it's okay. You can see it on the screen. I don't really need the profile. I don't
Okay.
really need to edit it anymore. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to show you a simple trick, okay? So usually the main idea is either in the first sentence or the last one. So if you look at the first sentence, okay, obviously impossible to work intensively all the time. This is not quite the main idea. You know, this is the idea that, you know, goes before the main idea. So uh, you know, if you look at this sentence, it has two parts, right? It's obviously something, and then comma, second part, so simple task requiring. So usually the second part that follows contains the main idea rather than the first part. So here, yeah, the last sentence will go to that as well. But you know, regarding the first sentence, the main idea is that simple task, not requiring much attention. You know, for example, something can be done in any downtime. So that was the main idea. Okay. And then you can maybe skip the next two sentences, not really important. There was something about email, but that's, you know, kind of like an example. If you go to the last sentence, okay.
It says
Uh,
that in this case, it's better to reorder the day and deal with the
mhm.
less pressing concern only after the work target has been
Has
achieved.
been achieved. Yes,
That means
that's also
that means like maybe your goal for today is like finishing this project. Any other thing about like chatting with a friend or answering an email, you can just do it at the end of the day.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Then we don't have to worry any about, you know, that particular example about email, you know, although later on we'll have to go through that again. But for now, we already got the main idea. Okay. So, um, yeah, so let's try to look at the assignment that we want to do. I'll switch to let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, it's a little tricky.
Which one?
I'm going to show you on the screen. Okay. Uh, could share. Let's see. Okay, this screen here, share. Okay, so there's this question. You know, we were trying to fill in the blank, you know, based on what we've read.
Last word are you looking for? Verb, noun, adjective, or apple?
Okay,
What?
don't you know, don't you don't have to worry about number one, number two. So that the question is, okay, so we have this sentence, okay, keep times of highest something for most important work. Okay, which paragraph did you see that has something like this in it? You have the article in your PDF file, right?
Of course not, but I can still remember.
Yeah, you should open that PDF file I sent.
Two.
Which paragraph again?
Two.
Okay, so what do you think is the missing word here?
What?
Okay, so in this question, right? Um, keeping times of highest something. So that's the missing word. And we know that it's a noun, right? Because it comes after an adjective. And the rest of the sentence is for the most important work.
I know
So yeah, the important concept here is most important work. And if you look at the second paragraph, which sentence mentions something like that?
that.
Okay, so maybe I will share the entire screen. It's easier.
No, I already opened it.
Okay. All right, so let's look at the last sentence, okay? Then this time can be devoted to tasks with the highest priority, such as writing, essay, or revising. So this sentence doesn't quite contain what we want.
Show back to the screen, like the one that you're asking the question, because I already got the paragraph over here. Okay?
Oh, you got the paragraph. Okay, so I'll open the screen again. All right.
Okay.
It's not easy. This is not an easy question.
So I think that this one could be it could be like key times highest productivity or two times high as attention.
So what was your first choice again?
First choice is
What was
high
the
is
first?
productivity. Second high is attention.
Okay, attention. What was the first one?
Productivity.
Productivity. Yeah, I can say one of them is correct. The answer is, whoops, sorry. Let's see what the answer is. Uh, Productivity. So you got
Yay!
productivity right. Yeah, so I think that word appeared in the second to last sentence. All right, so let me read that sentence out loud.
Yeah.
He believes
What?
that rather than making a to-do list, something, people should decide on the main aim for the day and work out when they're most likely to achieve peak productivity. So
So I
peak
know that
is highest.
one. Yeah, highest, and I already know that this is the main aim, which is the most
Yeah.
important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, correct. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Right, peak is highest, right? And then most important work is main aim, just like you said. Um, okay, so now we have many, many more questions. I don't think we can finish them all, but we'll try to do maybe one or two more. Okay, the next question is, again, you have to fill in a blank. Okay, so do not send an email that requires a non-urgent.
Wait.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I know. Wait, let me
Okay,
check on the PDF.
so there should be a paragraph somewhere that mentions email in it. So the first thing is which paragraph?
Wait. So it is paragraph right
Yeah.
three.
So try to focus on a sentence that has the word email.
Non-urgent. Non-urgent attention.
Let's see what we have in there. Um,
Do not send an email that requires a non-urgent.
okay, so let's read that sentence. Okay, sending an email, for example, may appear simple on the surface, but can involve the decision, which, although trivial, can cause mental exhaustion. It doesn't say anything about urgent, but we can move on to the next sentence. In this case, it is better to reorder the day and deal with less pressing concerns. Only after.
Or
Yeah.
non-urgent target.
Yeah, so pressing, the word pressing is basically a synonym for urgent, right? So I think the answer should be concern or priority. Okay, so let me try to put in the answer here. Concern or priority. But because the word concern appears in the text, so I think concern is the answer. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Okay, so let's try number 3 as well. So this is not in the first 3 paragraphs. Okay, a drop in something affects mental power. So you should try to scan through the next paragraph. Paragraph number 4.
Actually, it was in paragraph 5.
In paragraph 5?
Yeah,
You
because that
sure?
talks about food.
Um, okay, so in paragraph 4, I see that it says, okay, so I'm going to read out loud the sentence. Okay, research measuring attention, verbal reasoning, and reaction times has also shown that when our body temperature falls below 37 degrees Celsius, the brain is not at its full potential. That's paragraph 4, right?
Wait, are you getting a new one? I can't find that. I can't really see anything that related to Celsius around here.
Okay, let me show you the whole screen. This is easier. Okay. Uh, okay, so look at my screen. Okay. So the time of the day when people are most alert, this is the beginning of paragraph 4, right?
Mhm.
And then if you move on, skip the first sentence. Okay, now research measuring attention, something shows that when our body temperature,
Oh, let me find it. Wait, let me find that one.
it says, if body temperature falls below 37, the brain is not at its full potential.
Wait, you can't find it. Am I the wrong one again?
You want to see the question again?
Oh, I'm thinking I might have it wrong. Wait, yeah.
Okay, yes. So, I mean, in the question, right, it says a drop in, that means something decreases, right?
Yeah.
So this should be a drop in body temperature affects mental power. And then, the next paragraph, number 5, will say something about food, avoiding lunch hours and so on. Um, I think, right? You seemed a little confused.
The, it's the different. It was saying like neuroscientists have revealed much about the mind-body connection and how exercise can use them tool.
Um, neuroscientist. Which part are you looking at?
I don't know. It didn't even show me.
Okay.
It only says that occur at the mind was required to focus on something specific.
Okay. Yeah, this is a little hard.
Uh,
Are you still on the second page of the PDF file?
yeah. First, so here's the first one. It says to keep the highest time and something like that. So I was just rolling down to the second page and that it just
Mm-hmm.
turned to something like completely different.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why, but basically, okay, so for number three, the answer should be body temperature. Um, and then number four, I don't think we have enough time for this, but yeah, basically here, the thing that we're trying to do here is that, when you look at a paragraph, right, you don't have to read all of the sentences. You just
Just
maybe, you're trying to only read, you should be only trying to read the first or the last sentence to get a sense of, where it's going.
skim.
Then, if when you read the question, if there is a mention of some details, then you should go back to the paragraphs and try to locate that detail. Okay. So maybe I'll give you some more homework at the end of this week so that, you can try to improve your scanning skill. Right. Yeah, so I think we're out of time, but I'll try to put, all of these slides and this reading material online so you can try to look at them again. Okay?
Yep.
All right. I think that's it for today. We'll try to do some listening tests on Friday. Well, actually not test, maybe just, some small exercises. Okay. See you then. Bye.